Hello everybody, my name is Christopher Garrett and I'm the author of the Commandments and I'm on Shifting the Paradigm with Black Renaissance, and we're here to talk about this book and we're going to get into it and we're going to have a good conversation. This is a good read. Go get it.
Welcome to another episode of Shifting the Paradigm, and we have the pleasure joining us today, the author of the brand new book, The Commandments, Mr. Christopher Garrett. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Shifting the Paradigm, CG.
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate the invite.
And so, just for the people that may not know, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell the people just a little bit about yourself, where you're from, just whatever you want to throw out there.
Okay, my name is Christopher Garrett. I am the author of the Commandments. I'm born and raised in Memphis, Tennessee. I'm 42 years old. Matter of fact, I'll be 43 this year. And I am an advocate for men and for men to be better. We got to make men great again. So that's kind of my whole stick to this whole thing that I'm doing with the book.
Okay, make men great again.
Yes,
so would you say, the initial spark for you to write this book?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, the initial spark really comes from years of just first years of being around women, listening to women, years of being around men and watching men, how men act around women, talk around women. It's all from that, so it's just a big old bunch of stuff piled up. Good information for men and good information for women too. So it's a good read. I promise you, you're gonna be informed, and any man that abides by this book is gonna win with women. I promise you.
When you say win with women, why do you think, or why do you state that this book is a man's guide to success with women?
Well, number one, the book is telling men to be honest, straightforward, and truthful. So by a man doing that off the rip with a woman, he's gonna win automatically because now he can be himself. He can be 100% himself. He ain't got to tiptoe. I see a lot of men tiptoeing and not being themselves around their women. And so this book, going by this book, is going to allow you to be that. So also it's going to tell you how to look for benefits in a woman. A lot of men don't look for benefits in women. So us men got to get better about that, because a lot of times we keep women around that's not a benefit. And outside of sex, and sex is not a benefit, which the book covers that as well. So.
Interesting. Now, we got to dive right into it.
Right.
Commandment number one. So, commandment number one, the first commandment in the book, you came out the gate choosing violence. You was a 9.9 on the Richter scale. What was the first commandment in your book?
Well, the first commandment is do not listen to women. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be tricked by that, especially women, but it goes into detail. I ain't going to give the book away, but it goes into details. What I'm talking about is don't listen to women. So a lot of men have gone wrong listening to women, and it's not really talked about because, it's kind of one of them areas that don't nobody want to touch. But, yeah, read the book and you'll understand what I'm talking about when I say don't listen to women.
Okay. So has that commandment, how has it been received or perceived from some of your readers?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. The women, when they first read it, they automatically on guard. They automatically they offended by the whole don't listen to women thing. But it's because typically women, they're very emotional. So as soon as they read something say don't listen to women, they automatically, not what you mean? But I go into detail on what I mean by don't listen to women. But the men, they understand, and I do have some women that have read it, and they read that first chapter, and they agree with me. So, I ain't tell no lies in this book. I ain't tell not one lie.
I have read it, and I would concur. I definitely agree with that statement. So, what would you hope that your readers take away from the commandment?
What I'm hoping to get is men. I would love to start a culture of men that are honest, truthful, straightforward. Because honestly, I'm gonna tell you, women don't know men. And it's not totally women's fault because men have, we fake and pretend with them, and we don't say what's on our mind, and we don't say what's real. So therefore, they really don't know men. So it's not all the way women's fault, but we do have some women, because I've had women that I've talked to, and I try to tell them about men, and they don't want to listen because what I'm telling them goes all the way against what they've been ingrained their whole life to think about men. So they want to push back on it, but I'm just telling you, I say what men are scared to say.
Speaking of being scared to say, you have another chapter or another commandment in your book that is entitled "Don't Fear Women." Can you expound on that a little bit without, giving too much of the book away?
Well, especially for black men, I've noticed a lot of black men fear women, especially when you're talking about their wives or their girlfriends. They fear women. Like, you are a man. Why are you fearing a woman? Like, honestly, like, come on. This is a woman. What are you scared of? Is she gonna whoop your ass or what? Like, what's going on? So yeah, that part of it is a good one because a lot of men do be scared to say what's on their mind. Like, it ain't that they can't say it. That you can very well say it, but they be scared to say it for whatever reason.
Would you narrow it down to a particular reason, or would you it's a multitude of reasons?
I know one of the reasons is that women don't typically give men the safe space to be honest. So therefore, men, we're outcome based. So therefore, we know if we say certain things, we can get this out of a woman, or we don't say certain things, we can get this out of a woman, and vice versa. So therefore, yeah, it's a reason behind it. And for example, let's say a man meets a woman at a bar, this and that, and he's the type of man don't want a relationship. He just want to smash. He want to go straight to smash. Women don't allow that safe space for a man to be like in conversation right off to say, hey, look, I don't want no commitment with you. I just want us to have a straight sexual relationship. And most women are not going to receive that. So therefore, men are typically going to play the part like they want something more or better in order to get the end result, which is to smash. And then once they do that, it's a done deal.
I got a partner going through that right now.
See what I'm saying?
Right now.
See what I'm saying? It happens all the time.
So with the commandments, have you gotten any criticism or backlash from your women or female readers?
Believe it or not, for the most part, most of my female readers have told me they agree with the book. I've had a couple that did give me some resistance about it. And but I'm gonna be honest with you, the ones that gave me resistance about what I said in the book, they live in delusion. They don't live in reality. They don't live in the real world. They live in their world. So I expect it. But anybody that lives in the actual reality of men and women, this book is on point.
Do you know of any success stories from any of your readers? From brothers that may have applied the knowledge in your book?
Oh, for sure. Okay. Myself for one. Okay. I'm number one. So yeah, I don't have any bad vibes or dealings with women because, to be honest with you, I go by this book. I've been dealing with women in this way, being honest, truthful, straightforward up front. I've had no issues. Okay. And I've also had a couple partners who do the same way, and they have way better outcomes versus, and they'll tell you, they have way better outcomes now being honest and truthful with women versus when they was lying and pretending and doing all this stuff that they really didn't have to do.
When you say that word pretend, you also have a commandment in your book says if you want to get in, don't pretend.
Oh yeah.
Now, would you say pretending is the same thing as lying, or is it kind of individual?
I would say it's more individual. I would say pretending is more deceitful. It's more manipulative in a way.
Okay.
But I wouldn't say, it could be on the lines of lying because you lying to yourself, first of all. That's the important person. You lying to yourself. Why you want to lie to yourself? I get you lying to other people, but lying to yourself, that's the worst thing ever.
What does it mean to be successful with women from your perspective?
To be successful with women means that you could be 100% yourself. Mm-hmm. You could be 100% honest and live in the truth that you're supposed to live in. That is a success with women. And you also have a woman with you that is a benefit, a woman that admires you, a woman that respects you. See, a lot of women don't respect men these days, and it's very understandable. Like, I see how men carry themselves. it's very understandable why women don't respect men, and it's very understandable when I talk to these women why they get so bent out of shape when I tell them the truth and I tell them about men and I tell them how things are and how things should be. It's very understandable why they get bent out of shape, because it's like women have been lied to for a long time. I'm talking about for a long time, and now it's time to change that, because what this book does, it takes the victim mentality away from women, meaning women won't be able to say, any man that goes by this book, women won't be able to say, he manipulated me, he tricked me, he lied, he ain't the person that I thought he was. They won't be able to say that. So I'm taking that whole victimhood away from them.
So with the commandments, how can people find the book? How can they purchase it, download it, or whatever they need to do to get their hands and their eyes on this book?
Okay, right now we're on Amazon. We have an ebook out. The ebook is only, if I remember right, maybe $5-6.
Okay.
We have the paperback available. It's $20 all on Amazon. All you have to do is type in The Commandments by Christopher Garrett. It pops right up and you'll be able to order your book and get to this knowledge.
All right, man. Well, we are so grateful and thankful to have you to bless us on the show today. We've definitely learned a lot, and we want our men to be great again, as you said.
For
so,
sure.
The Commandments.
Yes, sir.
On Amazon by Christopher Garrett. Go get your copy today.